Hello my crafty friends, welcome to this Mojo May 2025 video. Today we're going to continue our exploration of ways that we can get our creative juices flowing when they seem to have stopped. Because it does happen to all of us at some point or another. I'd love to know what you do to get your creative juices flowing. So do leave a comment with your ideas, the more the merrier. Today we're going to play Crafty Bingo. So I've made this set of bingo cards for you. I've got one that's filled in and one that's blank. So if you want, you can use my Crafty Bingo ideas or you can create your own. So the idea with this is you cut this out into two bingo cards. I'm going to use this one today and set that one aside. So on my Crafty Bingo card, I've got unused items such as unused inks, unused dye, unused stamps, unused tape, unused tools, unused twine. Things in my stash that I've had for any length of time and just not got around to using yet. So the idea of this is to get you using the things that you've got that you haven't used yet, because we've all got them, haven't we? To use this, you can just look at it and go, right, today I'm going to use unused tape. That could be washi tape, packing tape, double-sided tape, any kind of tape, DIY tape, and get that out and put it on a card. If you want to fill in one of your own, you can put anything in there. It could be unused items, or it could be the names of people you want to make cards for. It could be your least favourite colours. Force yourself out of your comfort zone. Pick a colour from here that you don't gravitate towards naturally and see what you can do with it. It could be a mixture of all sorts of different things. Doesn't have to be just card making, it could be any crafts. You can put crochet ideas down on there, journaling ideas, scrapbooking ideas, 3D ideas, whatever you like. It's there for you to put some crafty goals down, things that you're not getting around to but you really feel like you want to. You could also set yourself a time limit. So you could say, by the end of the month, I want to have done 5 things off here. Or by the end of the year, I want to have completed my Crafty Bingo card. Use it in a way that helps you the most. I've actually printed 2 of these off because I want to do a lucky dip element to my bingo. I'm going to use my trimmer to trim out the little rectangles. I've cut my bingo card down into its little prompts and I'm going to put them in this bag. Give it a good shake. Grab one and it says unused paper. So that could be anything. That could be pattern paper, could be a type of cardstock, could be just solid coloured paper, could be a bit of DIY pattern paper backgrounds that you've made and not used. Could be tissue paper, could be vellum. So any paper in your stash that you've yet to use, you could use on a card. And then when you've made your card, you can tick that off. You could use a bingo dauber and daub it, or you could do a tally. So it doesn't have to be one and done with each of these. You could keep this going for as long as you like. You could just put a little tally mark and see how many times you can do that prompt in a given time period. So the idea with all these Mojo May things is to make them work for you. You don't have to use them the way I'm using them. If you want to use them your way. Right, let's put that back and see what we can pull out. Unused foil. I've definitely got some of that. So maybe we'll use that today. And you don't have to just do one prompt at a time. You can do many prompts, as many as you like. Unused powder. Now, I know that I haven't got any unused powder, but I have got some powders that I haven't used very much. So instead of unused powder, I could change that to least used powder. And we've got unused dye. So I think today I'm going to make a card using some foil that I haven't used before, a dye that I haven't used before, and one of my, or more than one, of my pigment powders that are fairly new and unused. So for my dye, I've chosen this jigsaw piece dye. I think I got this from a crafty charity shop. These are my pigment powders and I've swatched them out on here, on these little tags. So I'll pick one of those in a minute. And this is my box of foils. I'm just looking to see what I haven't used. We've got rose gold. I think for my foil, I'm going to go for this one. This was from the charity shop as well. It's a, what's it called? Crafts 2 Kaleidoscope Reactive Foil Mother of Pearl. So it's going to be pretty subtle. I think that would look nice maybe on a background. So to apply my foil, I've chosen the Deco Foil Transfer Gel Duo. This takes quite a while to dry, a couple of hours before it's ready to take the foil. So I'm going to do this now and set it aside and work on the rest of my card afterwards. I don't want to cover the whole of this, just maybe a diagonal. I'm feeling a tumbling design coming on. I was going to use this scraper to add it, but as I don't want the whole thing covered, I'm just going to use my palette knife, and I've got a stencil with various size circles in it. Try and hold it relatively still and just kind of scrape it down on a diagonal. Lift that up. Yep, I'm happy with that. So I can set that aside to dry. I've got another piece of hammered textured white card here, and I'm going to cut my jigsaw puzzle pieces from it, and these are going to tumble down. I want to colour this with powder. I've got Peacock here, which is new. I've only used that a few times. Fuchsia Blue is the same. These were Christmas presents from my husband. I know it's May already, but I haven't used them very much. What about a Rosy Glow? That's quite nice. Where's that one? Cheeky Peach. Yeah, I like that colour combination. I give this card a bit of a squirt. It's not watercolour paper or mixed media paper, but it can cope with getting a little bit wet. Sprinkle on the lightest colour. Get a bit more water and coax that about with a paintbrush. And now let's have some Fuchsia Blue. This has got a bit of a blue tint to it, as the name suggests. And just a little bit of the Peacock every so often. As you can see, the paper is warping significantly, but that's okay, because as it dries, it will flatten out again. You can always run it through your die cutting machine without a die to get it to flatten, or iron it even. I'm going to hold it down with brush like that, and then give it a gentle blast with my hairdryer. Okay, so that's dry now, and I hope you can see it's got a lovely shimmer and shine to it. I am going to spatter some on top. So I put water on my mat. I'm going to add some of this to it, pick it up with my paintbrush and spatter it on. This just adds a little bit of depth. You've got two layers of colours going on, even though using the same colour. I'll dry that and I'll do the same thing with the other two colours. I've gone for kind of pastels here, but you could definitely do something like this with bolder colours if you liked. I'm going to die cut my jigsaw pieces. I was thinking about maybe putting some thin foam on the back before die cutting, but as I've got dimension on my card from the texture paste, I don't think I want to add any more. Now this is a slightly odd die. I'm not sure why it is the way that it is. And by that I mean the jigsaw pieces are still connected. They're not separate. So I just have to do a little snip. Maybe it's so you can use it as one whole piece really easily. So I think I've probably got far more jigsaw pieces than I need, but I will put any of the leftovers in my leftover die cut bits, and they may spark an idea at a future date. I've got a piece of paper here the same size as this. This isn't dry yet, so I'm just thinking on paper here. I'm thinking of tumbling my jigsaw pieces down like this. This would be a fun card for any jigsaw lover, I think. So that's probably the amount I'm looking for. Right, my texture paste is nice and dry, although there seems to be some dust and things stuck in it. I'll try and hike that out. Might be able to cover that up with some of the jigsaw pieces. So now I'm going to put my foil on top. So this is just mother of pearl, so hopefully it will give it a mother of pearl sheen. I've got it in some baking parchment or carrier sheet here, and I'm going to run it through my laminator to apply heat and pressure. It says on the pot of the deco foil gel that you don't need to use heat, but I do find that I get a much better result if I run it through my laminator. Right, I'm just going to let that cool a minute. And now peel that off, and hopefully we've got some mother of pearl on my texture paste. And it looks like we have. So now I've got a nice shiny foiled, slightly dimensional diagonal pattern there. And I'm going to run this through my die cutting machine with this stitched rectangle die to die cut out a panel. So I'll pop some double-sided sticky on the back of that, and I'm going to add this to a hammered textured card blank. This is about 4 by 6 inches. You can do this kind of thing on any size card you like. So I'm thinking I'm going to put my sentiment about here. So I've left a little gap, and I've got some white glue here. I'm just going to dip my jigsaw puzzle pieces into it and stick them on. Take a piece of non-stick paper and just give that a good press. So we've got some nice shimmer and shine there from the mother of pearl on the texture paste and the powders. Now for sentiment. Right, so for my sentiment, I'm going to use the word thanks, and I'm going to die cut it out of some paper that I colour with the peacock powder that I used on the jigsaw pieces. So I want it to be a little bit stronger than the jigsaw pieces. So I think I want it a bit stronger. So to put glue on the back of this, I'm going to use my glue dotter. There is a video about how to make a glue dotter linked in this video's description below. You can also access the bingo card download via this video's description. So that's got glue on the back of it, and I'm going to stick that on this outline piece that I've cut from some more hammered textured card, and we'll put a little bit of glue on the back of that as well and stick that on the card itself. So that is one card made, a very kind of pastel, subtle thank you card, perhaps for a jigsaw lover. And I can mark off on my bingo card unused dye, unused powder or least used powder, and unused foil, wasn't it? I think, yes. So that's 3 marked off on my bingo card. I think I'll pull this out for future videos. We'll do some unused supply videos. I do hope you find the Crafty Bingo card helpful. As I say, you can use this as it is, or you can fill in the blanks on your own bingo card. Please excuse the aeroplane flying overhead. You can use them as is like this, just work your way through them one at a time in any order you desire, or you can cut a set up and put your prompts in a bag and pull from the bag like a little lucky dip. Right, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you back here very soon for another Mojo May video. If you'd like to see more from me, please do subscribe and ring the notification bell. And if you've enjoyed today's video, please leave a thumbs up and a comment, and I will see you back here very soon. Bye for now.